So Gotham have released a brand new teaser trailer for next season, and it is much better than the last one we got. This one contains a lot of Bruce kicking ass, Jeremiah looking more jokery than we've ever seen him before, and a lot more than that. So I think we need to kind of talk about this. Let's get into this trailer breakdown. Now, how's it going, Gothamites? And I hope my camera doesn't die in this video because the battery is very low. It probably freaking will. Now, a lot of you guys, whether it's on Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, are always just sending me messages like, have you seen the video? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? I was just like, yeah. But, you know, yesterday is my Flash upload day. And today is a day where I can actually do today's video, which is the Gotham one. Of course, I would have seen it. I doubt I would have missed that new trailer because it was pretty awesome. And I am sorry it's taken until today to get this video out. But, you know, it's not like Gotham's going anywhere. We've got quite a while till it comes back, so this trailer isn't going anywhere. But anyway, here is the video, and I'm going to shut up now and show you guys the trailer for those who haven't seen it. Some of you probably have, but hey, enjoy it again. Here it is.
Gotham City was given over to criminals. It's not safe out there. Something's out there. Just trying to keep the city from falling apart.
You're too late.
My God.
The world may seem dark,
But there's hope.
Now, I have to say, this trailer was very hype. It was still like another quickish trailer, not over a minute or anything, but it should have been the first trailer they gave us. I think they gave us a trailer a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago. I can't really remember the exact dates, but that really didn't show basically anything new. At the very end, it gave us the same clip in this trailer as when the GCPD and Penguin and Riddler and all those villains were teaming up with Jim against, I think, Bane's men, the military coming in with that massive high wall. But this trailer gave us so much more. As I said, that they should have given us the first time. We saw Jim, we saw Bruce looking more Batman-y, or transitioning into Batman more than ever, and Bane getting venomed up, and a whole lot more. But before I get into the specifics shot by shot of this trailer breakdown, if you're brand new to this channel, why not subscribe for more Gotham updates just like this? And of course, if you do go on to like this video, guys, show your support by clicking that like button, as it really, really does help the video out. Now, the opening shots of this trailer show Jim Gordon talking essentially about the state of Gotham and how it's just been left to criminals and it's not safe out there, which, you know, I think anyone and their grandmother could have figured out. But I really like this shot of Jim. It is a very similar shot. I don't think it is the very same one we got at the end of last season, but either way, Jim, minus mustache, has got his very familiar comic book trench coat, you know, with the tie on. I mean, Jim always, you know, kind of wore a suit anyway throughout the seasons of Gotham, but that trench coat really does, this just does look like Jim minus the glasses and the mustache, which I'm really hoping we'll see Ben McKenzie sport in that 10-year time jump, which I am quite confident they'll give him that look. Now, I think David Mazouz is 17 right now, and I think he turns 18 in January. But you know what? When we see David Mazouz turn around here, and I assume, let's just say for argument's sake that he's on the rooftop with Jim, and he's just turning around, and it's very kind of Batman meets Jim moment in the future on the rooftop, and you know he's giving him a tip or something like that. It's very feelsy of that. That's what I love about what they've already included in this trailer, because Bruce just looks around like really sternly, is like, oh, hey Jim, and little does Jim know that, well, maybe he will know, but he will be doing this in the future, except with some bat ears and a cape and some pretty much more badass armor than what we see here. But what I do have to say about this, and the reason why I mentioned his birthday, is because, you know, David Mazouz is young, but whether it's the haircut they give him here, and I've mentioned this before, he does look a lot more adult here. He does look good in that leather jacket, albeit quite a bit baggy, and what we've seen from some other set photos in the first half of the season, it's not exactly mega form-fitting. Regardless, anyway, we are going to see David Mazouz in a kind of cool trench coat that we did see in Season 3 of Gotham, and with some body armor over it towards the back half of this season. But I don't think we're going to get Bruce in some proper proto-bat armor, if you will, until the 10-year time jump. It's just going to be the case. We might see him with a trank gun in early episodes like what we saw in the behind-the-scenes photos, but, you know, Bruce Wayne here is going to be more or less Batman year one without the Batman armor. The only problem I have with this, and I say a lot of positives about Gotham, but it isn't without its flaws, is that the way they have set up Jim and Bruce Wayne is that if in this 10-year time jump that Jim doesn't know who Batman is, I think that is quite silly. Now, yes, you could apply the defense of, yeah, but how does nobody know that Clark Kent isn't Superman? Like, there is stuff like that in a comic book world, but it's just the way Bruce has got involved in everything across the seasons, and even more so now. Like, for crying out loud, he's probably talking to Jim on this rooftop. He will do this season or something like that, and he stayed behind in Gotham. Do you not think that when a Dark Knight Cape Crusader comes out on Gotham streets this season towards the end 10-year time jump or whatever, that you could probably figure out who it is, who could afford that gear, who could do this, who could do that. So I would be extremely happy if in this Elseworldsy kind of Gotham universe and this different iteration on the Batman canon, that if Jim finds out a lot sooner rather than later that Bruce Wayne is in fact the Caped vigilante known as the Bat or the Batman, it would just make more sense. And I don't even think I'm being nitpicky there, because whether you like versions of where Jim doesn't even find out that Bruce Wayne is Batman, or whether he finds out at some point in his career, I feel like this should be a relationship where Jim does approve of Bruce Wayne in this world doing what he does, because he realizes that Gotham needs Batman as much as Jim is trying to change the GCPD himself. But yeah, anyway, let's move on. I know I focused on that a little bit for a while, but I'd love to know your opinions on that. Now, as for the Bane shots in this trailer, now I personally do quite like this armor. I know a lot of you guys don't. I do wish it didn't have that oxygen mask over it, and rather just the under metal bit that you can kind of see through it. I don't know how I feel about it lighting up like this. I do get what they're going for, because with that you get that little electrical kind of thing as the mask generates the venom into him or whatever, and you see Bane like really rev up then. I'm guessing that first shot maybe is when he is getting revived or whatever happens to him, because the way I feel like they've got to put it across in Gotham Season 5 for Bane is that they attach this to him to keep him alive, and maybe it might corrupt him, or maybe he's just an arsehole anyway, and this is a drug that he wants to use to enhance himself. Either or, I don't think it's going to have a massive like muscle bulky change. I think it's going to do what Viper did in Season 1 in terms of make you really strong, but except that your bones won't collapse underneath the strength of that, or like the calcium deficiency or whatever it was. That will kind of be fixed for Bane, and we might just see some similar effects to like what the Tetch virus did to people, maybe like some ripples in his skin or something. It'd be really cool if they were green, but we don't see any of that in this trailer. We just see some tubes. We don't even see anything going through the tubes, so maybe there's still some post-production work to be said there. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see with that. But I don't know how I feel about those two little light bulbs. They're not light bulbs, I know. It's just bits of plastic, but coming off it. It's cool, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. Now, I really like the glimpse of what we see of Barbara here in this scene, where Jim's saying, I'm just trying to keep the city from falling apart, and she's like, you're too late. But as she's like speaking to him, you can see her eyes are like tearing up almost. And what we found out from John Stevens, now you can take this as a spoiler if you will, but it's been said. It's been said, it's fine. A lot of you probably already know this as it is, but Barbara is, by the end of this series, going to become like essentially a hero. Now, I don't particularly mind that, and it could go along with the popular theory that everyone has been saying for a long, long time. With Jim having a daughter in traditional Batman canon, that of Barbara Gordon, are they going to do that in this universe? Because everyone has thought for the longest time, why would Jim Gordon in Gotham, the TV show, in the future call his daughter Barbara, when Barbara Keene has been such a pain in his ass? Like, yeah, they're in a relationship once, but she has done some dark things, and now she's essentially also one of the villains in the sectors of Gotham, albeit that she still has maintained this unique relationship with Jim, and there's some like commodity of respect there between them both still, even though they have had a lot of differences and baggage. So I think Barbara, I don't know what's going on here, but I think that she doesn't want to be this person anymore or something, and regardless, accelerate throughout these episodes. I think maybe she might die a hero. And that could be the typical theory of how Jim might call his daughter Barbara one day. Knowing that deep down, Barbara, she may have been a bit of an arse amongst the seasons, but he wants to honor her for the person she deep down was, which we have all seen through Barbara. We know, despite the crap she's pulled the last few seasons, she has had that element of niceness down there. She's not been all out wacky crazy like that of a villain like Jeremiah, Valeska, or Jerome, or something like that. And besides, that's what I love about Gotham anyway. They've humanized a lot of our villains, like Penguin, who has a good side to him as well, but because he keeps getting beaten down, he rises up even crueler, but he does have that lack of love and things like that. So I just wanted to point out that this gives us a hint of Barbara's redemption this season that I feel like we're going to be getting. Whether she goes full redemptive or not, I think she's got to team up with Jim, and a lot of the villains are, as we know it, to fight against Bane. Gotham, essentially, the GCPD and the villains are probably going to unite together despite their differences and major differences in the future, just to defeat this one common enemy, and Barbara might be a casualty of that. I just think that might be the way. Now, we've seen this shot before of Jim and Bruce looking at this helicopter getting RPG'd down. Now, this could be Bane's men. It could just be the government checking out Gotham, because I think they have said before that, you know, it's just about Gotham trying to survive, whilst the government are kind of peeking their eyes around, but they're not getting involved. They're still essentially abandoning Gotham time and time again. So it really is a no man's land. So it could actually just be a government helicopter, even though they're not getting involved until like the GCPD and Gotham sorts itself out. They just might be getting taken out or trolled by, I don't know, Penguin's men, because he's got all the arms, I believe, and all the ammunition. But then again, it could be Bane. So I would love to know your thoughts here. Now, in this shot, we do see a massive whopping explosion taking place. Don't know what's going on here. Could be like, well, more than one building is getting exploded. You can see another building on the left. Could be Jeremiah. Could be a result of Echo doing Jeremiah's bidding. But it could just be the warfare that is taking place in Gotham amongst Bane's men and everyone else. I mean, this could be put down to anyone, really. Now, for all you Jeremiah lovers out there, which I'm pretty sure we all are, we do see Jeremiah here. And we've seen shots in this exact room from Cameron Monaghan himself. In this scene here around in this episode where there might be multiple scenes in this room, we see that they do the kind of famous Harley Quinn Joker dance. And it just seems that Jeremiah is looking around smiling here, whatever. Not too much to this scene, apart from that Echo is in it as well. I do love Jeremiah's laugh here. What we do know, I've said this a billion times as well, is that Jeremiah is going to be more unhinged this season. So all those wanting a little bit less of the chilling Jeremiah, even though he still predominantly at his core will be that, he's going to be a bit more loopy, a bit more reminiscent of Jerome, if you will. And my God, did they show that at the end of this trailer. So if any of you are fans and big fans of the new Jeremiah, great. If some of you can't stand that and wish you had Jerome back, or if you're somewhere in the middle, you've got the best of both worlds this season with Jeremiah, because he is going to be basically half Jeremiah, half Jerome. I don't know how to put it any other way. Now, here's that picture of Echo. We actually get a very good look at her, because up until now, the videos I've been doing reporting on Echo's looks, we've been seeing her stunt double known as Kaizion on Instagram, I think. But here is the actual actress for Echo. I love what they've done in a very Harley Quinn-esque makeup-y, loony manner. You know, one eyebrow up there, one eyebrow down there. The other one make-upped over, if you will. And essentially, I can't wait to see where they're going with these two this season. Like, you know, we've been teased from Cameron Monaghan himself. I mentioned this in my last video. Links in the cards above, by the way. But essentially that they're doing the thing. We're doing all the things. So I interpreted that as, in my last video, that we're doing a thing. If you're wondering if we're doing a thing, we're doing the thing. So we're doing the Joker. We're doing probably what you imagined. But we're not only doing that, we're doing even more than that. So, man, that really does get me excited for the possibilities of you know, what the heck is they're going to do this season with the Joker storyline. I really like these upcoming quick shots. We see the multiple villains looking really, really good. We see Corey Michael Smith here as the Riddler, you know, probably who has now at this point, at this shot in the season, has regained his personality, because as we know, where season 5 picks up, he's going to be not knowing where he is or why he is where he is. If that makes sense, in the library, waking up in random places of Gotham. He will find himself again, though, so that's going to be interesting. We see Penguin opening up the doors in where I believe City Hall is, and he's probably just like, yeah, boy. Like, I'm very happy with where I am, because essentially what we know about Penguin this season, for those who aren't mega up to date or may have forgot, that he is like the Emperor Penguin of Gotham. He's running the trade between ammunition and guns. He's on top of quite a lot of things. All the other gangs and sectors of Gotham, who are kind of being overlooked by Penguin to have their own little sectors. But what are they without their protection? And where will they get their protection and ammunition and guns from? that is to go through Penguin, Oswald Cobblepot. So he's probably loving the position he is in now and is in a unique position to combat Bane. So, you know, you'll see probably people like Jim and, you know, as we do see anyway later on in this season, team up all together. And they're going to have to rely on Penguin to help out with that. Now, how badass does Scarecrow look here with his sector of Gotham and gang of crows, if you will? Oh man, I'll have to say Scarecrow's costume is so good. I don't know what else to say. It's just one of the best costumes in Gotham. They've done an amazing job with Jonathan Crane here. Now, we've seen this shot of Barbara get out of a like monster truck looking car, equipping this gun. Not much to say here. It's just like another part of an episode. We see Jim with a very shocked face. But moving on to the next very interesting thing, which I do not understand personally. We see Selina with freaking cat eyes. What is going on here? Now, traditionally, Selina doesn't have any metahuman powers. She's like a, you know, she's just, you know, very Catwoman-y in the sense of how she is as a person, as an anti-hero, if you will. And here, they have given us a shot of Selina with the vision, well, essentially her eyeballs are cat eyes. It's insane. Now, I'm really hoping, personally, that they don't give her some weird-ass metahuman ability that this is how she is Catwoman in the future and she has feline vision or something like that. I wouldn't like that. I want her to be as she is in the comics. So I'm hoping right here that this is just a weird trippy thing, maybe whether it be through Ivy, maybe it might be through Ivy, where what she's seeing in the way that Bruce tripped is kind of a vision of herself. You know, when Bruce had his vision, he saw the Batcave, he even had the future Batman there. It didn't make any sense to him, but really right deep down, it was his calling. What if we know Catwoman or Selina Kyle is going to take major strides, obviously, this season, as it's his 5th and final season, towards Catwoman. So what if this is her version of that, realizing her calling as this is her future? I know some of you out there might be fans of if they are giving her a metahuman-y weird eye cat thing, but I would think that would be a bit eccentric. I mean, if she was walking around all the time with cat vision eyes, that just wouldn't be right. For me personally, but I would love to know if you have a different opinion there. Now, this scene right here, guys, is the moment I'm on about where we see Penguin, Jim Gordon up there, we see Riddler, I believe there is even other people there, and the people who are running towards the wall, this wall might be up against the GCPD, we don't know. I think it's going to be, yeah, the military. We even see a fat off tank there, so I'm guessing that these are Bane's military men, like his squad, who are rushing towards, taking Jim down and everyone down. And that is ultimately how Bane is going to be defeated. We get this new scene of Bruce Wayne kicking the absolute crap out of these criminals. Now, this I noticed in this pool area where we've seen set photos of how in that pool, which hasn't got any water in it, it's just like scorched with blood. So God knows what's been happening here. We know that Bruce Wayne this season is going to be going around taking out different gangs of Gotham, and he even might have a gang of his own. Maybe like the Sons of Batman or something like that, a little reminiscent of that. But here, I think that this is an example of that. I don't know who he's taking out there specifically. They seem to have some kind of mimey mask on with a symbol on it. It is pretty cool. But either way, this little action shot here, in terms of choreographing, makes David Mazouz at such a young age really believable and such a badass looking proto-Batman, or at least a year one-y kind of one, because he looks really, really good. The way they've shot it, the cinematics of this really gives me faith into what they can actually pull off with David Mazouz as an actual Dark Knight this season, albeit that in a 10-year time jump, I'm sure they'll use a stunt double, and any other time where we see him in the cowl, they'll do some interesting camera trickery there. Still have David Mazouz there. By the way, to people saying that it's David Mazouz, it's actually not. He pronounces it David, so that's why I say that. But yet again, you can see him here in that same leather get-up. He's essentially wearing motorcycle pants and a motorcycle jacket. I think he might have a trank gun, not a grapple gun in his holster at one point. But this moment here, it could be two different shots, but we see David Mazouz approaching a certain place. And the next shot is of Jeremiah laughing like he's ever laughed before. Now, I do have this theory from this design photo we saw. It's actually a real prop photo of Wayne Manor. I think it's Wayne Manor anyway, and of this seat that seems to be really aged. Now, I think Bruce has abandoned Wayne Manor, and maybe Jeremiah is here, and this is where he's walking in, and Jeremiah might be there. He might have gone there because he knows Jeremiah summoned him there. Like, insert theory reason here. But anyway, if these two scenes are related here, it seems that this might be the beginning of the Jeremiah and Bruce showdown. But what I have to say is I couldn't be happier with the design that Jeremiah has this season. There's been subtle changes. You can see that his eyebrows are a bit more pointed. I believe that is like pencil marked in. But it does add that angular Joker look to his face that is Cameron Monaghan has so perfect with his smile anyway. And mixed in with this hooligan-like laughing, both different from Jerome, but more unhinged, really, like what Gotham said themselves, or like Cameron said himself this season. It's just brilliant. I'm so happy with it, and I think it is even more chilling than Jerome. Because Jerome laughed like a lot, and it was crazy, but this is unhinged crazy. And I think that is what attracts a lot of people to Jeremiah and is what is making them really excited for him this season. Now, some of you guys may have spotted this, but what I love about what they've done with the kind of logo that we have for Gotham, and I'm sure this will be the like intro of each episode. You can see Gotham City in the background there, but if you were to add a line on each bit, they have done the bat symbol, because obviously you got the bit on the edge, and then you got the two little bat ears in the middle, and then on the reflection on the water, it is also the bottom bat wings. You can definitely say that is deliberate there, 110,000%. Some people have pointed out how there is Ace Chemicals very prominent on the right-hand side of Gotham there. One of the episodes this season, late into it, I think 7 or 8, is called Ace Chemicals. And now I want to talk about what Cameron Monaghan replied back to Gotham on Instagram, because a lot of people have asked me to talk about this. And essentially the story behind this is that Cameron uploaded a picture or a snapshot of Jeremiah laughing in this trailer. Captioned it, weird flex, but okay. Gotham actually replied to that saying, see you soon, Jay. And he replied back saying, come now, Gotham on Fox, we all know that's not Jay. And everyone is asking, wait, what the hell is happening here? Are they really going to introduce another Joker? Is he saying that Jeremiah isn't the Joker or just something like that? Now, my interpretation of this is a couple of things. He's saying, come now, Gotham on Fox, we all know that's not Jay, with a little devil smirky face. So he could just be taking the piss out for the longest time now. Now, this isn't any of our faults or the fans' fault. They have said that both the Valeska twins aren't the Joker. But now we may know that they might be making Jeremiah the Joker due to just now the fact they're allowed to, and they might be trying to brush it under. And he might just be taking the mickey out of that. The other interpretation I have is quite simply that this, even though what we see Jeremiah here is more reminiscent of the Joker than ever we've seen before, arguably, he could be saying, we all know that this isn't Jay. Because what Cameron Monaghan has said about Jeremiah this season, or what they're doing with Jay, he didn't actually say Jeremiah, but he said Jay, is essentially nightmare fuel. And all the other teasers he's given to the fact that they're doing the thing, they're doing everything. So he could, in fact, be saying that, you know, we all know that's not Jay, because the Jeremiah who turns into the Joker is so much more than what you can even imagine, or what we even got a tease of at the end of this trailer with him laughing. It's so much more to the fact that it's on nightmare fuel level. But then again, it could be the fact that they are introducing the clone or something like that. Insert your theory ideas here. I think he's just taking the mickey a little bit and teasing the fact that what you're seeing in the trailer here in terms of Jay is not comparable to the performance he's going to give potentially to us, the fans, and on screen in the episodes of Gotham when he gets there right at the very end of this season, to that of the actual Joker, compared to earlier this season where we're just going to see Jeremiah a bit unhinged. So I'd love to know all of your thoughts on this trailer down in the comments below. I know this has been a long one, but there was a lot to talk about despite it only being a 40-second trailer. Let me know what you're excited about. Let me know what you think Cameron meant by his reply, what Selena Kyle's eyes mean. Everything, guys. There's so much to discuss until we get our next trailer, which could be in December, but we're gonna have to wait and see. This was quite a teaser for the next season, though. But other than that, guys, camera is about to die, so subscribe to this channel if you're brand new. Social media links and to buy my merch and support the channel a bit more in the description below. All links are always in the description below, even to my Discord and stuff like that, so join that if you haven't already. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you Gothamites in the next video. Goodbye.